enjoy doing?
I love doing math and studying financial models.
Where were you born?
I was born in Chicago, Illinois, on the west side of Chicago.
Where did you go to grade school?
Grade school were private schools. High school was a private school on the west side.
So, Dr. Watson, who was your role model growing up?
I don't think I had any particular role model. I'm from a generation that we were our own role models.
What schools have you taught at?
I taught at 2 private schools before I've come to the Von Steuben.
You should have seen him. He chased him back down with a broom.
I'm not too sure what you mean.
Why did you choose to become a math teacher?
Well, I always liked math, and I enjoyed trying to teach it. Perhaps not more than that.
What degrees do you have?
I have, as I indicated before, something called Foundations of Mathematics. And that was a kind of very popular degree when I was in school.
If you had $1 million, what would you do with it?
If I had $1 million, what would I do with it? Probably give half of it away to friends who perhaps are down in their luck.
And what about the other half?
The other half I would invest.
If you weren't teaching, then what would you be doing?
I would like to be some form of a individual who constructed abstract derivatives for Wall Street.
And what subjects do you teach here?
I teach AP Stats and elementary functions to the seniors and Algebra Trig to juniors.
What subject do you enjoy teaching the most?
Probably elementary functions, because it's kind of a greatest hits of upwardly mobile math courses.
Do you feel that your class helps prepare students for college?
I think it depends on the student. This has been kind of my focal point for years. A teacher, the government, or parents can do only so much. If a student is not committed to his or her own career, even in high school, then it's not going to happen for them.
What do you think of your students?
I really find them enjoyable. They are creative, they're funny, they have a wonderful sense of humor. And this is not a criticism at all, but they don't appear to have the skills that will allow them to do very hard analysis. And it's not their fault, it's just the culture in which they're brought up in.
If you could only do 3 things in your life, what would they be?
See the Grand Prix in Monaco, go to the Masters in Augusta, and of course, and perhaps most finally, watch the White Sox win the World Series over the Cubs.
What is your handicap in golf?
Unfortunately, I don't play courses that give me a handicap, but I would say I'm a bogey golfer.
Bad to the bone, bad to the bone, bad.
The best teacher I've ever had, I think Dr. Watson is the role model of the school. He's my savior. I admire Dr. Watson. He's a pet. He can do whatever he wants. Best damn teacher in the school.
He's delicious. Taught me about the foot wedge. He's been a big influence as a teacher, as a mentor. A role model? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You know they say like don't trust anyone over 30? He's the only one I trust. He's a narc. He talks to the government. He is a mature yet witty individual.
I think he has a very unique style of teaching. Once he said, "Remember class, homework makes us strong."
I think Dr. Watson is the greatest teacher in the world. Because of him, I got a 1 on my AP test. I want to be like Dr. Watson when I grow up now.
Dr. Watson is quite possibly the greatest teacher I've ever had. We touched him once, and he went off because you're never allowed to touch Dr. Watson. I less than 3 Dr. Watson.
Driving while golfing's gotta be it. Because that takes a lot of skill. That's why he's a doctor. He's gotta get like girls. He's gotta get all the chicks. Because like, if you can't get chicks driving while playing golf, how do you get sex then? So Dr. Watson's gotta be a pimp. He's got to. No question about it. And he's a doctor too. He knows everything there is to know.
I'm suing you for all you got.